Yes, welcome to Ava and Sakura, Freya Gallery, Freya Sakura Galleries, and welcome to this exhibition Sotatsu, Making Waves. This exhibition was opened to the public a bit more than 1 week ago, and I'm your guide today. My name is Ricoh, a docent. I'm a little nervous or excited, partly because my former boss, the former department head of the education where docents belong to, is here. He will stay with us for the first 15 minutes, then he has to go. And also, this is my first tour of this exhibition. Last night I couldn't sleep, and I'm still excited because there is so much to talk about. And how can I give what do you call it, good tour without overwhelming my audience? I don't have a fixed plan for the tour. I would like to encourage you to ask questions because I'm sure I will forget many things I want to share with you. And the tour is supposed to last only 1 hour, but probably it could, I want to warn you, it could go a little bit longer because you will find that there is a lot to see. I will try to be on time, but there's a chance. And if you would like to take, this exhibition has 2 floors. I think you're okay, but just in case, if you'd like to take the elevator to go to the lower level, the elevator is on the other side of the stairs. And it's not a huge exhibition, so you will be able to easily to find me, but I will look for you if you decide to take the elevator. Normally, I don't have notes, but today, not to miss important points, I have notes. So, this is the famous screen painting by Sotatsu, Sotatsu. One thing, if this were in Japan, this would be a national treasure. It's really, and this belongs to Free Art that has a policy of no loaning, no borrowing. So unfortunately, Japanese people, you see, they cannot see them. This screen, and I will talk about the screen's background, etc. later. But this is really a masterpiece. This exhibition is once in a lifetime, a dream come true exhibition, and I will explain about it later. So what do you see here? The title of this painting is Waves at Matsushima. What do you see here? Waves. Yeah, waves. You're welcome to get close to. Yes, you see waves, and what else? What else do you see? You're welcome. This is a walking tour.
Trees.
Pine trees. Pine trees. That's right. And what else?
Rocks.
Rocks. And did anyone say clouds? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. Yeah, you have. And I think you have captured most of the things. The title of this screen is Waves at Matsushima. Yes, you see, Matsushima actually can imply 2 things. In Japan, there's a place called Matsushima. You see, in northeast Japan, the area was heavily damaged by the tsunami, huge tsunami 4 years ago. And Matsushima, this location is very scenic place, really one of the most beautiful scenic places in Japan. And it's ocean. And the other one meaning could be Matsushima. Matsu means pines. Shima is rocks or islands. And there have been different interpretations of the title, but probably this screen meant did not mean for the specific location, but this the situation of general. In Japan, like in China, Korea, pines means pines have auspicious meaning, longevity, etc. I will sit here. Okay, you can see. Yeah, you can see. And also rocks traditional is in the ocean. In traditional Chinese Taoist, you see philosophy. There was this island. I forgot its name. In Japanese, it is called Horaisan, and it's an auspicious city island. And if you can reach it, then you get longevity, etc. It's or eternal longevity. So for Japanese, it was an auspicious symbol. And Japan, as you may know, is surrounded by the seas. So the seas, even though there are typhoons, for instance, or sometimes there are tsunamis, but for the Japanese, from the ancient time, the ocean or the seas meant wealth. Ocean would bring fish or other products, and also ocean would bring goods from trade. And when you look at those waves closely, what is happening? It's very rough waves.
Turbulent.
Turbulent. You see? So there are three kinds of waves. Waves, you see? And then in some sections, the waves are, can I say, swirling?
Mm-hmm.
And then some waves are rising. But when you look at it, do those waves go far, or, you see, the waves do not go anywhere. You can see waves are contained, or, you see, waves are here. There are movements. So this means more abundance for Japanese. See, and the combination of rocks, auspicious symbol, and pines, and those waves, and depicted on the background, you see, of gold. You see, this had a celebratory meaning, probably. And the Tawaraya Sotatsu was the name of the artist who painted this in 1627-28. And Tawaraya was the name of a painting shop in Kyoto, the imperial capital, a paint shop. He was the head of a paint shop called Tawaraya. Sotatsu was his artist name. And this painting has a very good provenance. Can I say that? Provenance, history. It was commissioned by a wealthy merchant, Tani Sowan, in Sakai. It's in Sakai. It's not far from Kyoto, the imperial capital. Sakai was a port city, and in the 16th century, it really flourished because of international trade. And at that time, when you think about in the 6th century what was happening around the world, there was this active maritime trade, like Portuguese, Spanish, they would go, sail out, you see. So Japan, even though it's a small island country in the Far East, but it received goods, and there was trade. And the Tani Sowan, this merchant, made wealth from trade. And he was a devout Buddhist. So in 1627, from that time, he gave funds to build a new temple in his hometown, Sakai. And the temple's name was Shōunji. And then he also commissioned this work. And as I said, this merchant, Tani Sowan, you see, he made wealth from trade, you see, overseas trade, right? So the ocean, you see, meant, you see, how do you call it, his wealth and abundance, and so this has a quite celebratory meaning. You've been quiet. I want to ask you questions because I tend to forget. Yes.
Can we assume that the darkened areas there in Ricoh were originally silver, or no?
Yes. Wonderful point. Thank you very much. Yes. You see a lot of gold, and this darkened area, that one was originally silver. Silver tarnishes. So and remember, this was painted done in 1627-28. So it's been how many centuries old. The silk has tarnished, and that's right. And the waves, you see, part of the waves are, how do you call it, patterns were created with gold and ink, and also, how do you call it, white pigment. And then you had a question.
What did the silver areas represent, and what's happening with what looks like the horizon, and then it changes so much, and then there's water where the horizon would be?
Very good point. You see, very good point. This gold area, first, this gold area, could it be cloud, or could it be seashore? There are different interpretations. The design is quite abstract. You see, probably that is, this gold part is a shore, seashore. And then those, how do you call it, gold with the, there are again different interpretations, but it is considered probably clouds. I'd like you to imagine that, you see, when this was fresh, brand new, you see, there was no this dark colors, silver, quite bright, more. So this one, if this was a cloud, you see, it's more lightly, probably floating above the ocean. Am I answering your question?
Absolutely. And when Freer got it, considering it's like 1,300 years old, where was it? How was it being handled in the scene?
Great. I was going to talk about it. Yes. So, what happened? Even though I have to talk about the Sotatsu in more detail later. One thing I would like you to remember is that I said this is a dream come true exhibition. This is actually an epoch-making exhibition in my personal view. The reason was that Sotatsu, as I will explain later, he really, in his lifetime, he rose to a really high status. He served the court, imperial court. He was highly recognized, but then soon after he died, he was forgotten. He disappeared into obscurity. He was forgotten. And but then about less than 1 century later, there was this bright young artist called Kori, Ogata Kori, and he learned a lot from copying Sotatsu paintings afterwards. And then he's known as the founder or someone who started Rinpa school. That later, in the the second half of the 19th century and 20th century, his Rinpa school is how do you call it? Impacted on new art movements in Europe. Art Nouveau and Impressionism. So, but it was not known until quite recent, because he disappeared in obscurity and he was not recognized at all. And Charles Freer, the founder of Freer Gallery of Art, you see, he purchased this screen in 1906 from an art collector called Kobayashi Bunshichi. He purchased the year before 1905. He purchased another screen that is shown in downstairs from the same art collector. And but at that time, nobody in Japan paid attention to Sotatsu, especially this kind of, because he was still not remembered. And it was after Mr. Freer had purchased. Mr. Freer purchased some of his Sotatsu's remarkable works that Japan finally started recognizing, realizing it. But it took Japan for a while before they understood the impact of Sotatsu on the Japanese art and also the Western third. Okay. Any questions or comments? And we will talk more about Mr. Freer.
Is this always on display?
Good question. Not always.
Okay.
There are some reasons. You see, this is when you look at the pigments. You see, pigments are all natural, either plants or minerals. They are extremely light sensitive. So the Freer and Sakura's policy is that this can be displayed for 6 months, up to 6 months. Then after that, it has to be kept in the storage room for 5 years.
Ooh.
Yes, different from Western painting. You see, those pigments are extremely light sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And you brought me up a very interesting point. Well, so what is your impression about this painting? Remember, this was painted in early 17th century. In England, Shakespeare was already active, probably famous, and then in Italy, Renaissance movement, Michelangelo, for instance, or Da Vinci had already been active. He was only a little later than those peers. What is your impression if you, what do you think?
The abstraction makes it feel very modern.
Yes, thank you. Abstraction, yes, and yes, abstract. That's right. But then when you look at the paint, those waves, you see, you can see the brush strokes. It's how do you call it? It was those were rendered in a very relaxed, fluid manner, and the longest stroke is 60 centimeters, so about 2 feet, and it's very sure hand, but relaxed mood. So this is an abstract, and also, I'm sorry, I remembered one thing. Our curator, Dr. James Ulak, he said the other day when he was leading a tour for docents, he said, this is Freer, as I will tell you about, talk about more in detail. You see, he was the head of a painting shop, you see, originally. So, and his shop or studio created decorated papers for small objects like poetry sheets, scrolls, fans, folding fans, etc. So Sotatsu was originally a craftsman or artisan, see, and that who served commoners, mostly anonymous clients. And so here you said, this is abstract. Yes. At that time, here's peers. There were, what should I say, painters, elite painters who served court, imperial court or aristocrats. They would have painted this quite differently. Their style was more polished, see, complete. But this one, for instance, when you look at this rock, you will see quite a rough surface. You see, you can see this trace of pigments. And also those lines, you see, bold line strokes, that shows strokes. So here, Sotatsu was, how do you call it, his characteristic as an artist was materiality. Can I say that? Materiality. Because he showed how this was painted, what kind of pigments. You see, he did not really hide to present completely polished, elegant work. Mm-hmm. And then when you look at the later work, European art movement in the 20th, there is this materiality is quite an important part, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Then from here, we keep going. And by the way, you are not ready.
Just for the web team to look at. We're just testing the camera. We'll stop. I'll stop by.